name is Dr. Esther Trufan, and in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to make 4 different colored sugar water solutions. To make this possible, we're going to need some supplies, and here will be my equipment. We need a 10 milliliter graduated cylinder. We can use either a glass or a plastic. I will be using the glass one today. In order to contain our solutions, we're going to need either glass beakers or plastic cups. And here are 4 that we can use. And it is enough if it's a 50 milliliter beaker. Or we can use a plastic cup, and I will be using the plastic cups today. I will also need a scale, and that is right here. And I need something to transfer the sugar with. And for that, I have a couple options. This is a scrupula that we use in the laboratory. This is a larger spatula for larger amounts. This is a smaller spatula for small amounts. This is a disposable plastic spatula, and this is a simple plastic spoon. I will be using the plastic spatula for today's experiment. On the chemical side, we're going to need just a couple of simple things. We're going to need some food coloring. We'll need 4 colors for the 4 solutions. We'll need sucrose, which is simple sugar. And then we're going to need some water, and I already warmed it up to a little warmer than lukewarm, just to make sure that the sugar dissolves much faster. All right, let's get started with our experiment. The first thing we're going to do is measure out the sugar in each of our containers. So I will separate my 4 cups. In the first one, I am going to measure out 2 grams of sugar. I will remove the lid to my scale, turn it on, place the cup on the scale, tare it. And when it shows 0.00, I will start measuring the amount of sugar that I need. We need to get as close as we can to the 2.00 grams. If it's a little over or a little under, that's fine. So in this cup, I have exactly 2.00 grams of sugar. I will place a sticky note on it that says 2 grams so that I don't forget the amounts in each one. Next, I'm going to take my second cup, place it on the scale, tare it, and if the 0.00 shows up, I will measure out now 4 grams of sugar. This one will also get its own sticky note, and it will say 4 grams, and I will set this aside. In the third cup, I will place 6 grams of sugar. This cup has exactly 6.00 grams of sugar. I will place the sticky note on it, and now I'm ready for cup number 4. I will place it on the scale, make sure it goes back to 0.00, and then measure out in this cup 8 grams of sugar. And this cup has exactly 8.00 grams of sugar. I am done with the sugar and the spatula, and I can set these aside. I will label the final cup of sugar and then turn off the scale and set it aside. The next thing I have to do is measure the water that will go in each of the cups. So one at a time, I will measure out approximately 10 milliliters of warm water. And when measuring water, we want to make sure to get as close as possible to the 10.00 mark, but do not exceed that. And when we are recording the volume of the water, we want to record it with 2 decimal places, while we are looking at the meniscus of the water level at our eye level. So I will lower myself down.
And we have 9.38 milliliters of water here.
I will transfer this into cup number 1 and then reset to cup number 2. In cup number 2, I have 9.65 milliliters of water, and I will pour this in the cup that I labeled with 4 grams. In the third cup that has 6 grams of sugar, I will have 9.78 milliliters of water. And in the final cup that will have 8 grams of sugar, I have exactly 10.00 milliliters of water. With this, I am done with the water and the graduated cylinder, and I will set those aside. The important part before we move further is to make sure that the sugar is fully dissolved in the water and we have a homogeneous mixture created. Our sugar is now fully dissolved in all 4 solutions, and it gets harder and harder the more sugar we have. The last bit is to add the food coloring, and we're going to add 1 drop into each one. Into the cup that has 2 grams of sugar, we are going to add a drop of blue food coloring. We'll swirl it around so it turns a really dark shade of blue. Into the cup that has 4 grams of sugar, we add a drop of green food coloring. Swirl it around. Into the cup that has 6 grams of sugar, we will add a drop of yellow food coloring. It looks a little bit orange, but it turns yellow. And into the last cup, we're going to add a drop of red food coloring. We make sure all of them are nicely swirled and they are now all homogeneous solutions. And we're ready for the next part of the experiment.